Stay black in America. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman. You got to still keep pushing. You still got to strive, and you got to take all advantage of all the educational things coming your way, all the trade things that come your way, all the ways to make money. Money is always going to be around real estate. Real estate, homes are going to be the biggest investments we're ever going to make. Cars are the second biggest investments. Learn how to fix them, repair them, make them look pretty as far as the cars. Homes, same way. Get that roofing, get the foundation, get the plumbing, get the electricity, get the AC and heating systems, get windows in, doors in, curtains up, wooden floors in, carpets in, landscaping, everything, man. That's where the money's going to be at Black America. So stick around that. Technology, check how technology is going, upgrade the vehicles, electricity, electric vehicles, and got the AI little stuff. Find out how to fix all that and work all that, man, so you can constantly be in the money, constantly be solving problems. This video here, man, is about I heard a YouTuber by the name of Ivan Tour. I watch him. I subscribe to his channel. I think he's very good. He's an African American. His native land is Cameroon. He served in the military. He's a real estate agent. He does other type of things to make money. He's doing what you're supposed to do, man. Make money in America. This is a capitalist country. You want to make money in America, to live out the American dream. He was mentioning something in his on his channel that he had a lot of problems with people saying, well, differences between Black American and Afro American. There was a difference in interpretation. Well, I'm here to clear that interpretation up. I'm an older Black American. I'm 64, and I have, my parents go back to 1923, and my grandparents go back to 1899. They go all the way back there, man, to the 1700s, that I can know of. So the thing is this. During the slave trade, every year every month, every year, some more people coming over doing the slave trade. They were adding more slaves to the plantation. Other slaves were being shipped from other plantations. This plantation, people were selling people's children and mom and dad all over the place. So it was a slavery situation where people were being whipped and beaten, raped, and were living, die slaves, and never become free, most of them. So it's just a hard situation. And of course, the slave trade originated all through West Africa. Those 15 Western African nations were the ones involved in the slave trade, really big. Whole Africa was colonized, of course, but the eastern part and other parts were colonized, but they never actually sold, as far as to my knowledge, never sold people into slavery like Western Africa. Western Africa, you can go back somewhere. 11.9 million people were sold in slavery from the 1500s to the 1800s. I mean, that's a lot of people being sold in slavery. That's pretty much populates Brazil and Central America and South America and what else? Haiti and Dominican Republic and all the islands and everything. Every place where they could export bananas or tobacco or sugar cane or coffee or any kind of commodity that can make money off the backs of black people working free, keep them in servitude and slavery and treat them real harshly to keep them that way. And a lot of people in America, a lot of slaves, they left. They were able to escape and go down to Mexico. Mexico has a big contingency of former African slaves. They went to Canada. Everywhere they go to get free, man. To show you that people did not want to live in servitude and be slaves. I mean, even places where they got free, they were treated bad. But the bottom line is that anybody that came over after that period of time, African American, or became African American, came after the slave trade, yeah, they're African Americans. They relocated from Africa. They come to America. They got their citizenship. They're African Americans. But Black Americans are the ones that came through the other thing. So in other words, if you look at Africa, you would say it'd be a different tribe. So Black America is a different tribe of Africans, right? Africans that came over during the slave trade, lived, died, serving all the wars and fighting, all that kind of stuff, and then became free. 1864, Lincoln freed the slaves. We know they were still slaves 2 years after that down in the Texas region because the news didn't get down there, right? For whatever reason, And so this is the difference. So if you got somebody coming over, after the 1864s and all that kind of stuff like that, and they still can basically keep most of their African tongue. I think that the colonization, they made them speak another English language, or someone made them speak French or other type languages, but they basically kept a lot of their cultural languages. They know who mom and dad is. They know where their residential homes are. They know where they live. All these kind they have that true connection when Black America doesn't. Black America, went away over here and morphed into a whole different tribe. So you basically was sold off by the more powerful tribes in Western Africa, which the slave trade shows us, because they deal in rum and mudfish bones and such as that to trade people away and give people away to weaker tribes. Is this what they decided to do? I mean, people in power, whether they look like you or not, they decide to do the same thing. It's like you got Chinese water bombing Filipinos and everybody else's thing and taking land. They kind of look the same to us, but they don't care. They know what tribe they're from. So it's like that. So when Ivan seems to get, he kind of gets it kind of mixed up. I want to break it down. That's how it breaks down. So if over here Black people fought for civil rights and voting rights and all those kind of things, and you come over and you benefit from it, then you're benefiting from the Black American tribe that's over here that went through all the struggles, fought through all the things, still going through racism and discrimination, Jim Crow, because their minds are, conditioned to do so. And there's a large proportion of white America that wants to keep them in a certain way. They don't want to see them rise too high. A lot of times people don't want to see you rise beyond what they're doing. You got a large contingency of white people on welfare and Black people as well on welfare. I'm sure, even I heard a minister talking on TV one day when he saw a Black man driving around in a fancy car. He was wondering to himself, how did he get that car and what is he doing? Not realizing that Black people can be doctors and lawyers and scientists and inventors and business owners and all type of things. They were rich Black people, became rich people way back in the early 1900s, 1800s. So, I mean, it's not like it's a foreign thing. But for him to see it was out of the ordinary for him. So he right away thought the man was involved in something illegal, right? I mean, it's just a natural reflection for himself. He thought about it later on. He said, why would I think that way? And he knew that he was, that's just the way some people think. So the bottom line, Ivan, is just this. You want to kind of solve a problem like that. What you want to do is that when Black America over here, or what they call Afro-American, like what we identify as a lot of things. Some identify as Afro-Americans, Black Americans, Negroes, colored, that type of thing. But the bottom line is we want our reparations. So when you come over here and you take advantage of everything the Black America brought about, and when you go into a studio and they'll say, okay, they're filming for a commercial where you look Black enough, we'll take you and we'll bypass this guy because we can do that now, because it's not like it's discrimination. So we can still hold your tribe back and give some of them. They never went through that problem. They're just glad, they're glad they're over here in America, living the American dream. They wasn't forced to come over here. They came over here of their own free will. Another difference, not forced, own free will. Taking advantage of all the opportunities that America presents, like you should do. That's what you should do when you're intelligent, you got some sense. You go where things are going to be better for you. So like him, Ivan, join the military. That's an important thing. Join the military. Get the GI Bill. You can get a chance to buy a home. I mean, you substitute your warrior, your time for your life if a major war comes about. But if you made it through there, you get a chance to enjoy that American dream. So, I mean, a lot of people going that way, which is good, especially if you can't find jobs. The best thing to do is get in the military. I always figure people who couldn't, now there's a draft, people who couldn't really make it in society and find a way to do it will join the military. At least you're getting something done. You're gonna amount to something if you don't get killed in a war. And you're benefiting the country by being, first defenders of the pawns, in other words. So, I mean, that's just a way to go. So, but like I say again, number one was you can't be your own free will. You weren't forced over here. Number two, you can take jobs and positions, and they can say we're not being racist against Black America because we want to lump all y'all together, like they lump the Latinos when they come here. They say all of them Latinos, and we know there's 7 nations in Central America, 7 nations in South America. We know there's Dominican Republic. We know a bunch of them speaking Spanish, but they lump them all together and say Latinos. So they lump you in a group to make it easier we think y'all all the same anyway. We're going to put you in a group. We're not going to say, let's deal with the El Salvadoran problem. Let's deal with the Guatemalan problem, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Let's deal with Brazil and all the other countries over there. No, we're going to lump them all together. So that's what they do. So when you come over here, you You never knew nothing about it. Your family was no nobility. You know, you didn't probably know who was involved in the slave trade, who made money from it. Maybe you just grew up and lived. All these hundreds of years ain't gone by. But people who research history and understand the difference know the difference. So I'm not going to walk over in Africa and say, well, uh, I'm so and so and so and so, and I want everything you doing, everything you got. And, you know, you're not going to do that because you know better than that. But people come here, they know better too, but they find a way to take advantage of the situation in the economy. Which again, I say, I have nothing against that, man. You know, like I said in America, Black Americans should find 3 to 4 streams of income, should continue to rise in this country, become so about solving problems. You make every time you solve a problem, you make money. So it should always be about that. Always be about that kind of work. So, you know, so Ivan, so seek any kind of way possible, any kind of knowledge, you know, any kind of thing you can do. You know, because self-preservation always come in to get those black people here reparations. I'm saying around $200,000 per person. You know, from the infant to 100-some years old, if they're still living, and I'm thinking of a way to try to find a way they can relocate the ones who want to relocate to mostly Eastern Africa, since Western Africa, you know, sold people in slavery. And even right now, you got Libya, got Ghanaians in slavery and Nigerians in slavery, and they're not going to their aid. So this is 2023, they're not doing that. So can't expect the West to be changed more, but East seems to be a little more advanced, a little more modern, a little more wanting to get things done. Although Ghana is trying to get a lot of people in there free with no you know, visas or something that make you a citizen, call it coming home or something like that. But that's what it's about, Ivan. So find a way about that, because say if someone wanted to relocate to Cameroon, they're taking the DNA tests and stuff like that. Well, they're going to need housing. Certain things you have in America, you might have in Africa. They have to readjust to that. But there's always ways for Africans to make money through by that. So you make more money if you got a million people coming to Cameroon who's giving those reparations, where they can buy a home, they can start businesses and start schools. You make the economy strong. Everybody's making money from it. Everybody's going to benefit from it. So it's better to do that than the small thing. I'm just going to come over for myself and do what I got to do here, get me a house, you know, cut up in that house, go out and make me money, because I mean, opportunities. I can sell real estate. I can be a YouTuber. I can get my regular job. I can this and that. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm saying I would love to see all black Americans doing that same thing. Beautiful. So you're an example of what black America should be doing, right? Right, Ivan? So, I mean, young guy, you know, like I said, I subscribe to your channel. I watch you when you go everywhere. I always like it and all that type of thing, and make comments from time to time, and want to see you advance. I mean, you probably should be a superstar, big YouTuber too. And you know, like I said, you got to build your own fan base. But that's basically it. So never forget that even every ethnic that comes over from every country stands on the shoulders of black men who fought for those civil rights, died, shed their blood for the voting rights, shed their blood for the be able to even sit in restaurants and carrying on drinking water fountains and ride the bus and all. Man, just so many minute things they had to fight for in this country. So I think that's where it stems from, Ivan. So I mean, just be conscious of that, man, when you're doing your things. I don't think the heat should come to you. You know, like I said, you're not the cause of any of that thing. They were the tribes of nobility over there in Africa. You know, basically, you know, Nigeria was the biggest one of them all. Ghana came in at second, and the rest of them, you know, fell in line. But you know, that's what it basically stems from. So this Afro-American versus Black American. Somebody seems they want to trade. They want to change the former slaves, the people who former slaves here. You know, first you was a Negro. Then you was first they called you just a nigga. First you're a nigga, then you're a Negro, then you colored, then you Black American, then switch to Afro American. So they keep changing it all around. I think they do it for miscommunication. They do it for like cause some kind of dispute. I mean, the masses, white people, they study all the time. Man, if you're able to have Chinese building railroads and funding everybody and having everybody in their category and destroying Indian tribes and killing all these people, you got the ability to think your way through a lot of things. So this reparations I'm talking about is nothing difficult. You know, when I'm saying about coming to reparations, man, you know, you go from 90 to 100, then you go from 80 to 90, you go from 70 to 80, you go from 60 to 70, you go to 50 to 60, you know, you go from from all the way on down like that. Maybe a 10-year period of time, you can fund everybody those reparations, man. And people want to stay here and leave. The people who are still very racist want black people to leave. The population can drop in more from 44,000, can drop maybe further down, maybe 20,000, 10,000. Maybe a lot of the black people stay here, be elite black people, fully educated, making a bunch of money, solving problems, and their kids are going to college and living the great American dream. And other ones maybe over in Africa, not being called derogatory names by the white man, maybe derogatory names by some other ethnic underneath their breath about you. But it's always going to be something, man. You got to expect that. But at least you're in an environment where maybe you can excel and achieve, stuff like that. So it just gives you I want to give everybody an opportunity to enjoy their lives. Life is short, it's precious. Some people leaving here sooner than others. So that event, I think, is everything in a nutshell, that you can understand about that. It may not go into a bunch of other conversation or useless talk. So basically, that's the difference between Black America or Black African America or African American, whatever like that. That's the difference. I'm looking forward to a young guy from Chad marrying my daughter. One of my daughters married a Japanese guy. 2 sons are single right now. So, all I want is happiness, long life, and prosperity for my family. I want everybody to go to heaven. So I always say, accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and your Savior, repent of your sins. You're going to heaven by grace, not by works. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because that's the way it's going to build me up. That's the way it's going to get my voice out there more, get things done, and hopefully solve some problems. I'm all about solving problems. So let's stay black in America. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And Ivan, I hope that solves that, Ivan. And you do your videos, maybe you do a makeup video on this or something. And Ivan, I don't need to meet you personally. You live right around in Maryland. I see you at Howard University. I'm gonna like your videos. I'm gonna watch them and view them, and I'm gonna do that anyway. So we don't have to have communication like you did with Ghana Baby and Mara's wonderful family and so forth, and Miss Trude and them. I'm just gonna do my thing here, America. Do my sermons every Sunday. Tell people about Christ, heaven. That's my way. I believe that heaven was made so easy. God sent His Son to die for the sins of the world. Whoever believes on Christ, whoever ask for forgiveness of sins, you're going to heaven by grace, not by works. It's so easy for people to go to heaven. It's so easy for people to go to hell. It's just one way. So stay black in America. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.